What's up everybody, welcome to my channel where we don't do and think like the average person out there. If you're on your final year of college, this is a video you want to really sit down and take some notes. And if you're fortunate enough to go on the work and travel program, all the better for you, because the work and travel program is a great opportunity for you to set yourself ahead financially. So in this video today, I will be sharing with you 10 things that you need to do after you leave college or you leave work and travel program. Depending on your situation, some may or may not apply to you, but without further ado, let's get right into this video. So the number one thing I want you to do is milk the clock, like milk it, milk it, milk it. Just make sure you get everything out of the clock as possible. Now, if it's not your first time on the work and travel program, by now you should know how to make at least $1 million, and that's where a lot of young professionals and students earn and see their first million Jamaican dollars. So make the best of it. The second thing I want to do is buy some books. I'll be giving you 6 of them which you can buy. And the first thing a lot of people are going to buy are some clothes and shoes. I know that for a fact. I've been there and I've seen how people operate and behave. And in fact, like when I was on work and travel, like we didn't know about books or anything like that. Like the things I'm going to tell you in this video are going to really set you up to win financially and professionally. Number 1, make sure you get The Richest Man in Babylon. Number 2, Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins. Number 3, The 4-Hour Work Week. And trust me, it's a very nice book to read. And the books I'm sharing with you are not just about financial literacy. Number 3, The Compound Effect. You start with the small habits and over time, they keep on compounding and turn into something just huge overnight without even realizing you're at this point. Number 5, Never Split the Difference. This is a book on negotiation. Thank me later for telling you about this one. And number 6, Emotional Intelligence. So before you buy anything, make sure you buy these 6 books, and they are less than $100 combined. Now the third, and probably this is one of the most important thing you're going to need to do, is invest 30% of all your paychecks. So you're going to set up yourself a brokerage account with Interactive Brokers. Now the easiest way to get this, if you don't have like proof of address, is to get a brokerage account in Jamaica first, where you can get like like a JP to certify like your address and all of that, so you can open a brokerage account in Jamaica. When you get that, the brokerage firm will now start sending you monthly statements. Wait, you have to buy like a share, so you can just buy like even 2 shares just for them to send you the statement. And when you get that, now you can use that as your proof of address to open your account. Now with that out of the way, if you're not able to invest your money immediately, then guess what? Set that aside separate. So when you come back to Jamaica, wherever you're watching this from, and you go back to your country, make sure you have that 30% set aside so you can invest. So if you made like say $10,000 US, right, you have $3,000 US set aside just for investing. So if you're able to open your account successfully, what you're going to do is invest in a high dividend yield ETF, and bam, just like that, you have a second stream of income for you right there, and then you are ahead of majority of the graduates that are in your field or leaving college. I am telling you this. Or you can also invest in an ETF that tracks the S&P 500. This will definitely set the tone for you to start investing 30% of your income when you land a corporate job, if you're going to do corporate. Number 4, get yourself some professional wear. Now, you don't want when you go on the recurrent travel program and you make some money, you come back and with only dress clothes, like nice clothes and shoes, but none for work-wise. So get yourself some nice dress shirts if you're a man, some nice blouse if you're a woman. Set up yourself so you don't need to be running up and down to get formal wear when you get like an interview call or you land your first job. So you need to set a portion of your income aside to take care of that. Remember, leave the nice clothes and shoes for last. Not really important. So number 5, you're going to be budgeting for a student loan if you happen to have some. So for the last 2 years, I know it has been a struggle with the pandemic and all, so many were probably not able to go on the program to cover their full tuition. Now if you have gone on the program, like say maybe once or twice, realistically speaking, if your school fees like $1 million, you shouldn't have like $1 million outstanding in student loan to be repaid. So what you want to do on your final year though is that you're going to budget like at least 12 months worth of student loan repayment. So that's going to be, let's say, $150,000. So 1,300 US dollars should be able to do that. So I'm just assuming you're going to be paying like $12,000 per month. I'm not running the math right now. I'm just talking from the top of my head. So you run the math, okay? So the reason why you're going to be budgeting for 12-month repayments is that you don't want, when you graduate, you have student loans start to compound anew. So you're going to be making the minimum payments, because the reality is when you graduate, you may not get a job until even like 2 years. There are a lot of people out there right now who are struggling to land a job, especially in their field. Get yourself a decent enough laptop. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. So because people know I'm in IT, they always ask me what kind of laptop is good to buy. And I'm going to leave like two in the description below. If you purchase them, I get like a small commission, no additional cost to you, right? But if you already have a laptop, no need to do this, and don't give yourself an excuse as to why you need to buy a laptop. A laptop, if you take care of it, can last you like 10 years. I mean, my laptop, which I purchased about 2016, it was literally last year I threw that laptop away. Literally last year, and it was still functional. And if you take good care of it, you don't need to buy another laptop. Now the reason why you need to get yourself a laptop is going to take me to point number 7. I don't even remember which point I'm at. I think it's number 7 though. So number 7, set yourself apart from the rest of college graduates. Now this step here is really very important. I can't stress the importance of this point. Now, many are going to be leaving college with a bachelor's of science degree. And when you're out in the working world, a bachelor's of science is a bachelor's of science. It doesn't matter whether you get a pass or an honors, right? For example, two of you show up on interview, all the employer is going to see is two inexperienced guys need in a job. And the one who can sell themselves the best is going to get the job. Now, this is where you're going to set yourself apart. You're going to be learning and educating yourself after you left college. So the easiest way to go about this is start looking at jobs that you would apply for. Any skill gap you don't see, you're going to start using YouTube to learn these skills. There's nothing out there that you can't learn online. So when you show up on the interview now and you say, for example, accounting, you say, I know QuickBooks, but you never learn QuickBooks in a UTech. But now your employer is looking for somebody who has experience in QuickBooks. Your competitor only has a BSc and a honors in accounting. Now you just got a pass and you know QuickBooks. Who you think the employer is going to select? More often than not, they're going to be selecting the person who has the experience with QuickBooks. In reality, they don't have, majority of the time, they don't have the time to train anybody to bring them up to speed. So they are willing to take somebody with the experience who can just hit the ground running. So whatever software that you can download them, make use of the free trials and get some practice. That's how you get your experience without having work experience. Don't be like the guys who just get up and complain, oh, me not have the experience, me can't get a job. There are things that you can do to set yourself apart. Now the next thing you need to do is do some certifications, whether it be free or paid. Look in the field that you want to study and see. Look what kind of courses you can do while you're job hunting. When you do courses, you are going to get some practical training. I'm telling you, certifications are really good. You will learn almost more than you learn in a bachelor's degree. And I'm still of the opinion that bachelor's degree is nothing but an overpriced credential. So do the certifications where you can, where you can't, just do the courses and get the free certifications. This will definitely set yourself apart from the other college graduates. Now, many think that because they have a bachelor's degree, they are going to automatically win in life. Like, don't be like this person right here. Now, one would say that because they have a bachelor's degree, they are educated. But this is my take on it. An educated person is one who continues to learn and one who can achieve anything they want. And another very important thing you need to do is practice some interview questions. There are tons of interview questions and answers online. Now, and an interview tip here, when you're doing an interview, it's just like you're talking to a regular person. You have nothing to lose but something to gain. And remember, if you do value yourself, they are the one who is going to gain someone of value. Boy, this video feel like the ultimate playbook, like now after you land your first job, here's what you need to do, and this is very important. You need to live like a student same way. So if you use to be eating mackerel on a regular basis, now that you can afford to oxtail, don't mean you need to jump to oxtail. You can just take your time and buy chicken here and there, and then every quarter now, then you might treat yourself to an oxtail. You just don't just jump, go to the oxtail lifestyle, and that set back a lot of young professionals. So if you're going to get an apartment to rent, make sure it's reasonable. It's nothing too expensive, and don't go out and rent an apartment just because you think you can afford the monthly payment. If you can afford a payment of say 60,000, make sure your apartment is 30,000. You need to be maximizing on how much money you are investing and saving as early as possible. If you can get a housemate, do that. Nothing is wrong with having an housemate. You're focusing on getting ahead financially, and don't worry about your apartment. I'm not saying go out and head and rent the worst place now, but some people are gonna be, hey, I need friends coming over. Fam, friends are not going to help you pay your rent, so do what you need to do and do what you are comfortable with to get ahead. So if you're fine with just one little blow up bed in your room, then that's just you. That's what you're comfortable with. Don't be pressured by friends and other folks and what they are doing. What's comfortable to you is what you're going to be working with. And as it relates to the rent, I believe this is where a lot of people go wrong, because even recently I saw where someone say, hey, I got like a job at Meta, and as they got the job, they pretty much go ahead and lease an apartment, and before you know it, Meta said, hey, we no longer need you, right? And now this person is stressed. They have a new lease, probably two times more expensive what they were paying before. So that right there is just stress immediately. So don't go ahead and rent money based on the income that you are getting. Rent based on what you are comfortable with. If you are comfortable with a $10,000 a month apartment, then go with it. That's you. Don't watch no face at all. Number 9. Focus on your emergency fund. Now, assuming you land a job early enough and you have some money left over from the work and travel program, you're going to be shifting this money aside and consider it as your emergency fund. And then you're going to calculate, just watch my video on emergency fund. I'm not going to go into these details, but what you need to do is use that base as your emergency fund starter. So if you have $3,000 left, then that's $300,000 for your emergency fund, and then work out how much more you need to add to that. So right away, your emergency fund is edging. If you're watching from Jamaica, while the Jamaican dollar continues to slide, your US dollar is holding its value. So right there and then, you're already protecting yourself from inflation to an extent. I really don't know which number I'm at. I honestly don't know, but the next thing you want to do is prioritize getting rid of student loan. Like, if you're paying $10,000 a month from the money you budgeted from work and travel, now you need to double your payment to $20,000. If you can go 30 while investing 30% of your income, then do that. But your priority is to get rid of SLB. The faster you get rid of debt, the freer you are as a person. You don't have to be working for yourself and student loan. That's what debt is. Now, if you're thinking about car, just watch my video on how much a car truly costs in Jamaica. And remember, those values are estimated, but they are close. Just go and watch that video. So instead of doing that, an alternative thing that you can do is focus on acquiring land if you plan to build your house, or if you plan to take out a mortgage, focus on doing just that. Now fast forward about 3 years or 2 years into your job. That's a lot of experience. So now you're going to be using the book that I mentioned in number 2, never split the difference. Find a way to negotiate your salary. If you can't get it negotiated, then start looking at writing your resignation letter, because you have become a person of value. You know how much you value, so it's time to jump ship. I've said this before, the easiest way to get a salary increase more than 10% is to quit your job, go to a next company. So get the experience, get the skills that you need, develop yourself, and then position yourself that you're a valuable person to the company. So if you say, I'm going to resign tomorrow, then the company is going to want to give you a counter offer. And here are two final things that I want you to really define: what success means to you and what happiness means to you. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.